So, speaking of supergroups, a few episodes back we did Asia, which was one of the original supergroups. After they did that, there was a band called the Traveling Wilburys that formed mostly in California because it was a supergroup of some of the who's who of rock and roll all times, like the all-time greats. It was George Harrison from the Beatles. It's Tom Petty from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Jeff Lynne from ELO, Roy Orbison from Roy Orbison, and Bob Dylan. And they got together one weekend, and actually I think they stayed for a week at George Harrison's house, and he had a recording studio there, and they just put out a bunch of songs. They put out a whole album's worth of songs. They had quite a few good ones on there. I think there's 3 of them that are just stand out. This is one of them, Handle with Care. One of the other ones is End of the Line. I love that one. I debated whether or not to do that one. This one's got a little bit more catchy guitar, so we'll go with this one just for argument's sake. But this may be one of the greatest supergroups ever formed, even though they only put out one album. From what I understand, George Harrison wrote most of the music for this because it was kind of his baby project, and all the other ones kind of agreed to do it. Shortly after recording the whole thing, before they could put it to video, they had Roy Orbison in this video, but in the next video for End of the Line, Roy Orbison had passed away with his distinctive voice. And Roy Orbison's got some really good songs too. Kind of a throwback to the 50s, but it was pretty incredible. But just the fact that he got all these guys together, all outstanding guitar players and singers and songwriters, with the exception of Bob Dylan, did have a great singing voice, but a great songwriter. But this was George Harrison's, post Beatles project, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. So let's take a listen to the Traveling Wilburys with Handle with Care. It's so catchy.
Being beat up and battered around, being sent up and I've been shut down. You're the best thing that I've ever found. Handle me with care. Reputation's changeable, situation's tolerable, but baby you're adorable.
All amazing guitar players.
Handle me with care. I'm so tired of being lonely.
Roy Orbison,
I
man.
still have some love to give.
Such a distinct voice.
Won't you show me that you really care? Everybody's got somebody to lean on. Put your body next to mine and dream on. I've been bobbed up and I've been fooled. I've been robbed and ridiculed in daycare centers and night schools. Handle me with care.
That's such a cool guitar riff. Bum, 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 bum.
Being stuck in airports, terrorized, sent to meetings, hypnotized, overexposed, commercialized. Handle me with care. I'm so tired of being lonely. I still have some love to give. Won't you show me that you really care? Everybody got somebody.
Oh, Jeff Lynne.
lean on.
Jeff Lynne has some of the best hair in the biz.
Next to mine and dream on. I've been uptight and made a mess, but I'll clean it up myself, I guess. Oh, the sweet smell of success. Handle me with care.
bow, bow, bow. Yeah, that's a really cool riff, man. I get a little vibe. I feel like Tom Petty, one or the other. Either Tom Petty influenced the song with that guitar riff, or Tom Petty took from George Harrison and used it in some of his songs, because there's quite a few songs from Tom Petty that have a similar kind of sound with that guitar riff. It's really good. But man, this is a super group. These are some of the greatest in the biz right here. Everything, I mean, going all the way back to like the 60s. I mean, ELO's got a string of hits. They're just an awesome band. You've been hearing them a lot more in movies lately because they're so famous. But I really like Jeff Lynne. I liked Roy Orbison. He had some really pretty songs. Tom Petty, of course, everybody knows him, man. But Bob Dylan was probably my least favorite. I mean, I appreciate what he did, but I wasn't into the folk vibe that he had very much, and he wasn't a great vocalist to begin with. So, but George Harrison was an underrated member of the Beatles. Probably the third best songwriter of that group. Haha. But he was still a great songwriter. So I think he didn't get a lot of respect he deserves. But yeah, the Traveling Wilburys, man. If this is something your dad didn't show you, like literally, this is a this. Oh man, Dad.